Last night, Chelsea's Premier League season finally took off as we absolutely hammered West Ham 5-1 away from home. Today, I have to talk about the 5 key things that we learned in last night's dominating performance. So I hope you guys, man, show us some love for the first 5 things we learned video for the new season. Hit that like button and always share what you learned in last night's win. So you guys sit back, relax, and let's break down this game. First thing we learned, Joao Pedro stepped up as our 10. Now, last night, Cole Palmer wasn't able to play right near the end as the club saw that he picked up a slight knock during the warm-up, and for precautionary reasons, you're not going to rush him against an opposition like West Ham. Keeping it real. So Joao Pedro made his debut outside of playing up front for us. And it went back to what Maresca was saying in his press conference where he was asked, could Joao Pedro play alongside Liam Delap? And boy, did we see that answer in 4K last night, with Joao Pedro scoring 1 goal and bagging 2 assists. One thing I keep stressing, and I will keep stressing because I want this guy to be stuck in your mentals. This guy has some of the best movement out of any player in the entire league. I mean top 3 status in this capacity. He is so intelligent. He is so difficult to pick up. His sense of timing. If you guys saw my breakdown, I revealed that he was rarely ever offside. One of the best percentiles in the entire, not even league, Europe. Because he knows how to move when and where. And we saw that in abundance yesterday. With his first goal being a nice little headed effort from that Cucurella intelligent flick on at the near post. His second moment was the excellent cross to the far post to set up Pedro Neto. And obviously he got a little cheeky assist near the end to set up Jalaba from that knockdown and second ball situation in the books to set up Jalaba for the 5th goal. It was a brilliant performance, but it was an effective one. It was an efficient performance. He wasn't dominating the ball with like 40, 50, 60 touches of the ball, whereas you might have seen Cole Palmer doing that if he was playing in that 10 role. And this is the difference you get from a Pedro playing 10 compared to Cole Palmer, as Pedro is very much about touch and go, pass and go. And he was regularly showcasing that with his ability to drop deep, receive from the defense, and instantly increase the tempo, kickstart the speeds, add more dynamism. He was doing that time and time and time again. And he's one of the pivotal players in the game yesterday, which took advantage of a very slow West Ham team, a very unreactive West Ham team who had an inefficient press, who had massive gaps between their strikers, their midfielders, and their defenders. And when you play this type of game, you just give more onus to your Joao Pedros to have fun, to do their thing, and to dominate. And dominate is what this guy did yesterday with less than 30 touches of the ball, which is absolutely insane. But as I'm stressing, you get different problem solving when you use different players in different positions. And Joao Pedro was instantly increasing the tempo, increasing the speeds, and also combining beautifully with Liam Delap as well. Very exciting performance. I think this guy is an excellent player, scalable qualities, and the thing is, he will only get better and better because he hasn't even reached his peak yet. When I saw this guy once upon a time at Watford, he really intrigued me. When I saw his debut season under De Zerbi, I was like, this guy will be one of the next big strikers in the Premier League, and I mean top 5. And I think this was excellent business to seal him. I'm glad that you guys have finally seen all the qualities I've been talking about this guy about for years now actually demonstrated in our team. And Joao Pedro is going to provide us so much because he's more than just a striker. He's more than just a 10. This guy is a complete football player. Other players stole the headlines yesterday, but for me, I want to really put praise on this guy's performance yesterday. I used my platform and series for that. And for the second thing we learned, Liam Delap's performance up front would have got plaudits from Didier Drogba and Diego Costa, because even though he didn't get a goal, which I'm sure he would have loved to have got against West Ham, considering his dad and family was there, it would have been a special moment for him to get his first Prem Chelsea goal in front of his family. He did everything outside of goals. And he was one of the unsung heroes, one of the catalyst players that really gave life to every move and every single attack. He was an incredible platform striker yesterday. He was the most physical, strongest presence on that field. He was regularly pinning back and holding back those West Ham defenders, playing the pivotal part and pinning back Kilman. And look how he pins his man back, you know, really strong thighs. Look how he backs himself into his man and uses his arms a lot of times. You know, this guy's got really good upper body strength, really big biceps and arms, just to shield himself against his man. And this is why it looks kind of effortless when he's just doing these first touch layoff passes. Yeah, these were clean, these were crisp. A lot of times it's really hard when you're playing back to goal against someone, because when you're constantly like out of balance, you can look a bit clumsy on the ball, but Delap did not have that issue at all. And that perfect layoff touch to find Estevao Willian was one of the final cherry on the top moments that led to the best move of the entire game last night. Outside of that, man, it was his movement across the positions. He gave us something a bit different. You know, we could go direct straight to him. And when you have players behind that can pass and go, that have the pace, that have the movement, they love playing with this type of striker, this type of platform player. And Delap was showing that in abundance yesterday, stretching West Ham in behind, pinning back centre-backs, drawing defenders towards him to create space for others to run into. Time and time and time again. It's just a shame that his performance didn't get enough assists made for him, which I hope happens as the season goes on. But Liam Delap yesterday, quality performance from the guy, and let's hope that he gets his first goal in the league very soon. Now, let's talk about last night's man of the match against West Ham in young Estevao Willian. A lot of you guys thought maybe I was jumping the gun a bit by having too high expectations towards him. I've seen this guy as instantly just kind of slotting into our first team, being one of the key players and key guys. And I think already with the small glimpses that he's shown us, I think everyone's kind of seeing this right now. And he was one of the game changers yesterday, because that's why we signed him, to be the game changer and eventually the match decider, the match winner. And Estevao last night showcased he is more than just dribbling flair and tech. I think what just kind of confuses me, and this is why I bring up the Yamal comparisons, it's this, man. It's the football IQ and brain. He just knows what a move needs. He knows when to be on and off the ball. But I think one of the things that's taken the entire fan base by surprise is just how effective and just how dangerous this kid is off the ball, where he's not a one-dimensional guy that can only play as a wide winger. He can float inside. He can roam inside. He knows how to set up his teammates and make those final decisive actions, which he showed time and time again. And it culminated in the most beautiful move of the game. And I think one of the top 10, one of the top 10 team goals we've seen under Enzo Maresca. Please, comp makers, make these types of videos, man. Let's remember like the evolution we're seeing in our game, in our system. But that move literally came from him, dropping deeper down that right-hand side, combining with Malo Gusto. And when he passes, he continues his movements. He continues his runs. He came back inside. Augusto found the pass to Liam Delap. Estevao's continuing his run. And then he receives that layoff touch from Liam Delap in the most perfect, exquisite first-time manner. The ball wasn't bouncing. He wasn't fighting for control. He was doing this at top speed, at top momentum. And he just took the ball out of touch, like perfectly. Too perfect, in fact, for West Ham defenders to cope. Took it to the byline and had the IQ, saw the picture the entire time to play that cross across goal to find Enzo Fernandez. That was sensational play. And honestly, I'm going to sound a bit mad. I wouldn't have given him the man of the match award, even though he had some of the most exciting, dazzling moments. I think maybe Joao Pedro, I think Moises Caicedo, they were the two best players for me yesterday. You guys might think I'm being harsh, but because I rate Estevao Willian very highly, he's 18, but he plays with the confidence, the know-how of someone who's like 25 years old. That's what separates this kid, yeah. I think what would have topped it off for him last night was scoring the goal to make it 6. I think for someone that good already at his age, I'm not gonna I'm not going to patronize this kid. He knows he should have scored that goal. It was set up for him perfectly. He got in his head too much. And if anything, I think it was more fatigue that crept in. But credit to this kid, he's come to the Prem, physical league, and he's running a lot. And he's showcasing that desire to fight for second balls immediately. Yeah? That is what's impressed all of us. He's not afraid to embrace the physical contact. He's not afraid to get himself in front of his man to steal the ball when there's a 50-50 opportunity there. And when he missed that chance to make it 6, literally 10 seconds later, he was the guy, of course, to dispossess West Ham in their half, to set up another attack, which nearly led to that big moment. It's sensational stuff. And just imagine, once his physiology matches the footwork, yeah? My lords, we're going to have a serious problem. But yeah, sensational. First of many Man of the Match awards to come. What did you guys think about that performance? And is he making you think a bit differently now? Let us know in the comments. The fourth thing learnt, we need to give huge props to Enzo Maresca, because one thing I keep stressing about our coach is that he gives us adaptability. Because of his football genius, he gives us new possibilities. And as he always says, his mantra is to be able to protect the team whilst exposing the weaknesses of the opposition. And exposing is what we did against West Ham as we hammered these lot. And you could see patterns behind what the strategy was in training to get ready for this game. Of course, we can't ignore the dominance from set pieces. How often have we scored goals to this frequency from a set piece situation? I think the last time I remembered we got 2 goals from corners was against Leicester City years ago, when I think Rudiger scored twice for Mason Mount, which was insane. But we got 3 goals, Joao Pedro, Caicedo, and Trevor Chalobah. And it was from a similar set piece pattern and routine. Now, credit probably goes to our new set piece coach in Bernardo Cueva, who has probably adapted to the players he has at Chelsea, where we don't have the tallest players, but how can we still create danger from set pieces? How can we still protect ourselves against set piece threats? And a lot of times you're seeing short corner routines and patterns, which has helped us a lot. Let's not forget that big goal against Nottingham Forest near the end of last season, which was one of the pivotal games to help us seal Champions League. And again, we saw a lot of near post deliveries with the ideas to attack where West Ham are weak, block any ability and access for their goalkeeper to command the near post, and fight for any back post type of second actions. And that led to 3 goals from those moments. So huge credit goes there. Another thing he did was completely just nullifying West Ham's wingbacks. West Ham's wingbacks had some threat going forward at times for sure. Probably their best outfield players. But we were able to regularly create overloads against them. And this came in the continued evolving genius of this 3-1-3-3 system, where Malo Gusto wasn't even really playing as a right back. He felt more like a right winger. Trevor Chalobah played more like a right back. And I think the intriguing tactical thing I saw yesterday was how Caicedo created this asymmetrical, fluid build-up structure depending on what we needed in the game. And it was ideas I was talking about last season, where I was kind of hoping, listen, eventually as these lot understand what Maresca wants, are we going to see moments where if, let's say, Reece James gets forwards, Cucurella tucks inside, and when Cucu goes forward, Reece James tucks inside, happen dynamically in-game. It feels like we are now seeing the signs of this, and boy, is it looking, well, the glimpses we saw last night, it's looking effective, bro. West Ham couldn't press us for that reason, and it basically came from Caicedo dropping into the defensive line alongside Tosin. When he did that, either one of Chalobah would spread wides, Cucurella coming inside, or Cucu would spread wides with Chalobah coming inside. There was constantly a fluid back 3 rotation. And you saw that for the 3rd goal we scored, where it was Cucurella and Chalobah and Tosin together making that play happen. It's exciting stuff. We haven't even mastered things. This is what excites me. We haven't even mastered it, but this is the principles of Maresca's Chelsea 2.0. And it just allows for another offensive player. And one of the key players that helped the team was Malo Gusto. Not on the ball, it was off the ball. It was him making the overlaps with Estevao. It was him making the inverted runs inside to stretch West Ham's backline and defensive shape. This is what you need to be a successful team. And we're seeing some excellent, exciting times under Enzo Maresca. So props goes out to this guy. And for the final thing learned, Reece James might be one of the most complete players we have in the squad. Again, credit goes to Maresca for finding possibilities to add longevity to Reece James's career. If he was going to continue playing as a high-flying fullback, maybe that's putting his body and frame under pressure. But playing in this inverted role allows Reece James now to showcase this, the football IQ, the all-round completeness. And he's excelling in this right now. One thing I'm seeing these last few games is just his creativity on the ball. I mean, that through one behind to find Estevao. Estevao, you should have scored that for your captain because that was world class. You can't press Reece James, and he was kick-starting moves for fun with one touch. It really is exceptional stuff from Reece James. And I'm kind of here for this inverted role, especially now that under Maresca's Chelsea 2.0, there's more freedoms. There's like less restrictions to just be tight and inside and playing very disciplined. And I think Reece James, again, alongside Moises, these guys were at the heart of all the big things we do because these are our key guys. My friends, 5 things we learned in yesterday's hammering of West Ham is done. Get involved in the comments right now. Let us know your big moments and hopefully you guys hit that like button if you want to see this series coming back in its long form. I'll see you guys later with more videos tomorrow. Love. Cool.